Hey, it's Eddie Casanova with eXp Realty with the weekly wrap up in real estate. If you're watching this on YouTube, be sure to hit like and subscribe. I'd love to get this video out to people just like you, and make sure to leave me a comment. I would love to get your feedback. So what's going on with home prices? Let's get into that a little bit here. So US home prices were largely unchanged in the last 4 months and remained near the peak levels reached over the summer of 2022. So while higher mortgage rates have suppressed demand, low inventories of homes for sale have helped maintain relatively flat prices, house prices. So what does this all mean? This essentially means that home prices are not in a free fall. They're not dipping dramatically the way some in the media were predicting. As you can see by the chart, things are relatively unchanged. So that is positive news in terms of home values and home prices, because things are not as bad as they were predicting. So I'll take that as a good thing. Okay, so the next topic is actually, it's an article that was written by or written about billionaire real estate guy Grant Cardone, which some of us are familiar with, of course. He said something I thought was pretty bold. He says we're entering into the best real estate market opportunity since 2008. He says with the Fed raising interest rate, it has sidelined home buyers, which means that home prices are going to pull back. So if you're an end user looking to enter the housing market, now is a great time to buy a house cheaper than it would have been at the beginning of the year. So I partially agree with that, in terms of there being opportunity now when a lot of people just are on the sidelines because of interest rates or because the weather isn't perfect. And so you have to imagine that if you wait like everybody else until the conditions are better, quote unquote, or perfect, then that means that you're gonna have more people to compete with. Think about it. So I try to explain this. So I know mortgage rates can sometimes be a driving factor for people one way or another, but there's hidden opportunity when everybody else is on the sidelines about the very same thing. Because think about it, once things get better, the weather, the interest rates drop down, then there are going to be a lot more people out there, and that means that's going to be more competition for you as a home buyer. So it's good to kind of step back and see, is there an opportunity right now when everybody else is kind of on the sidelines, scared, so to speak. So this one caught my attention. A mid-century glass house in New Jersey offers New York City skyline views for just under $1 million. So this house is out in Montclair, New Jersey, and it was designed by the same architect who conceived Manhattan's Museum of Modern Art and Washington, D.C.'s Kennedy Center. So they've gotten offers for this mint condition house, which is listed at $949 exactly, $949K, but none have been accepted. So I don't know if they're holding out for even more money, but this house was designed by a guy named Edward. We love that name. Durrell Stone in 1959, and it still maintains most of its original character. Now, there's parts of the home, as you'll see, and again, I'll link to this in the description, that are a bit dated, but as you can imagine, it's a glass house. I mean, you can deal with a dated bathroom and a kitchen. That's something you can upgrade, but this type of design, it's beyond unique. So I'll link, like I said, to it in the description area. You can check this out and kind of take a better look at these photos. All right, so lastly, there is going to be a change that's being led by the current administration. They plan on cutting the mortgage insurance cost by 30% for buyers who take out an FHA loan. And it's supposed to be reduced from 0.85% to 0.55%. This reduction is supposed to save 850,000 home buyers and homeowners who have FHA loans an average of about $800 a year. And this is supposed to take place on March 20th. So if you know anything about taking out a real estate loan, a mortgage loan, if you put down 20%, you're gonna have to pay what's called PMI, which is mortgage insurance, pretty much. We're not gonna get too deep into that, but what this is about is that PMI that you pay monthly for having put down less than 20%, it's going to be reduced for about 30%. So it's going to be reduced by 30%. So that's a positive thing. So there's another incentive there for you to consider buying a home now that they're going to reduce this specific part that affects your mortgage payment. So that's pretty much it. I hope you guys enjoyed this very quick wrap up. I'm going to link to these articles like I mentioned. I'm also going to have some links to some helpful guides. And thanks for watching. If you found this to be useful, be sure to share it with anybody that might find it useful as well. I'll see you in the next one.